Hey everyone. The last couple of days in the mail, I've gotten a whole bunch of Power Rangers, lots of stuff. So let's go over some of this. Let's just start the beginning of the pile here. I got this little Imaginext Rita, and yeah, there's a little Imaginext. Yeah, I think it's an Imaginext sword, not hers, but she's the only Imaginext figure here, so it's in her hand now, I guess. Anyway, this is that weird purple-blue dress Rita. Don't really know why they brought this back after, like, stock art did it in 1992 or whatever. Anyway, the nose is kind of scratched off. You can see that there. Oh, and the hair is black. They didn't paint the hair on the normal, like, the properly colored Rita either. Oh, and this thing comes off. Eh, there. Ta-da. Okay, whatever. Moving on. Here we got Brody with no hands. Yay. Brody. Otherwise, the figure's in pretty good shape. But yeah. No hands. I don't know why. Then this is pretty cool. We got a legendary Titanium Ranger figure. This is pretty cool. Now the legendary figures had some pretty nice designs. They were pretty accurate to the show. Got the helmet there, looking pretty right. The chest, unfortunately, like any designs on the chest were just painted on, so you gotta be careful with these or it could scuff off easily. But yeah, the build and the articulation was pretty good. If they had continued this line, I would have been pretty happy. I think this might have been a nice little, like, proto-legacy lightning collection. No weapon, unfortunately. That's too bad. Would have been nice to have the weapon with him. Oh yeah, and the first of these weird things, some Kamen Rider toys were in here. So here we got this, I don't know who this is. Oh wait, yeah I do. This is Sky Rider repainted to be Ishigo. Why? I don't know. I There's other like Kamen Rider figures that are in this particular style. They're plastic, they're not vinyl, though they look like vinyls. They have the same kind of articulation, same paint, materials the same, and they were all painted relatively accurately, so I don't know why they took Sky Rider and painted him like Ishigo. I don't know, maybe in, where is this from? Anyway, I'm not sure if these are bootlegs, like, these, Ishigo Sky Rider toys. Oh, there were two of these, by the way. These definitely make me think that these were bootlegs, but I don't know for sure, because the other ones were pretty decent quality. So next up, here's Fury from Dino Charge. Pretty nice figure of Fury, no weapon, everything there, everything moves, nothing broken. But I already have a Fury, so I'll probably be selling this guy. And the detail was really nice on these monster figures. The paint job was really good on Fury here. Some of the other monsters, the paint was pretty awful. Huh, never noticed that before. That's cool. Okay, moving on. Here we got Ivan from Dino Charge. Now, I already have an Ivan, but he's missing this little thingamo-what's-it on his wrist there, so that's cool. Chest, let's see. Looks pretty good. When I was taken out of the box, it looked a little scuffed up. I guess it was just dust or something on there. And then there's the helmet. Oh, one of the neat things, he has those little rubber wing things, whatever those are. Anyway, one of the cool things, or one of the annoying things with Dino Charge figures is the shoulder pads are always missing. But on him, that's not a problem because they're attached right to him. They're not removable, so that's good. Let's talk about this little guy next. It's a little figurine of Robo Knight from Megaforce. Yay. And he's all silver because, I don't know, was this Bandai? Did Bandai just find a cheaper way to do toys? I can't read what that says. SCG Power Rangers, China. Huh. Okay, so I don't know if this was actually Bandai or not. There is a paint... Oh, there he is. There's the painted Robo Knight. So here's what he's supposed to look like. Ta-da! Nice paint job on this guy. It's too bad that Megaforce is awful. Robo Knight was still cool, though, so cool figure. And then we got a Scab from Beetleborgs, the first, well, second, if you count the Kamen Riders. Yeah. Not a Power Ranger thing, but it's related. It has, like, crossover appeal. Let's see, I guess he had something in his hands there. Now, the weird thing with this guy, his legs don't move. I don't know if maybe they're glued or something, because this is the only Scab figure I've ever been able to find. So I don't know if, let's see, his head doesn't really move either. Like, it looks like it should, but nope, it's stuck right in there. The arms are really awkward, but, he looks good. Looks straight out of the show, I guess. The Scabs didn't really show up too often in Beetleborgs, so, Oh, yeah, and he does this. Oh, okay, now I remember. He has this little thing on his back. You press down on it and kind of push forward, and it makes his arms go up and down. Yay. And here's a little vinyl of Kuga. Yay. Teeny tiny Kuga. Don't know what to say about him. Paint job's really good for such a tiny figure. Articulation's not too amazing. I mean, he's just a vinyl figure, basically, so... Oh man, those horns are really sharp. Okay, anyway, moving on. Here's a little Megaforce Jake figurine. Interesting thing, the axe you can spin around in his hand. And I guess if you wanted to, you can pop it out of his hand. And then lose it, and screw over someone who wants to buy this later, secondhand. Stick this back in his hand there. I'm doing this one-handed, so it's kind of difficult. Okay, whatever. Screw it. I'm gonna do it later. Oh, actually, let's take a look at Jake first. Pretty nice detail. I love the detail in the sculpting. They got the little symbol there. All the details are right. Man. Megaforce had some cool designs, or well, Go-Sager had cool designs that Megaforce lifted. So, moving on, here's a little Kamen Rider V. It's made to be on a motorcycle or something, but the motorcycle's missing. So it's just Fi's, I don't know, maybe playing football? Moving on. Here we got, was this Agito? Like one of the Agito forms or something? I don't remember, I haven't watched Agito. Actually, I haven't even watched all of Agito. I watched like the first episode years ago, and that was it. I didn't watch the rest. I gotta get back on that sometime. Okay, anyway, whatever. Moving on. Here we got the Omega Ranger from SPD. This is the, Super Megaforce Legendary version, and we got the little SPD police logo on his shoulder there. If the glare would get off it. The detail on this guy was really, really cool. I really like this. They even got the little speaker thing on his mouthpiece there. Really, really nice figure. He had a cool look to him. So, standard articulation for these type of figures. Cool figure. Now this was a weird one. There was this figure of Mike which was made to like be on a motorcycle or something, and the set had this weird water boat thing, which I think went to a DC toy or something, because, let's see, on the bottom, what's this say, Mattel DC Comics. So I guess it went to a DC character, but I have no idea who. But anyway, Mike fits on it pretty good. Okay. So yeah, it's Mike's now, I guess. So moving on, here's Antonio in this, like, Zord armor that they got, which is actually kind of cool looking on him. Some of the Zord armor in Ninja Steel was actually pretty okay. Like, it looked way better than what they did in Dino Charge. Dino Charge's Zord armor was just really ugly, and I hated it. But this looks okay. It's kind of clunky, but, you know, I think it works. It does look pretty cool. Especially with all the silver detailing, that's really neat. The only weird thing, I don't know what these little thingies here are. They don't move or anything. I don't know, they just look like little speakers or something. Okay, moving on. Here's another Kamen Rider figure, and here we got the actual Ishigo. Or maybe it's Nigo. One or the other. Anyway, part of him's broke down here, unfortunately. Oh well, anyway, kinda doofy looking. Not much to say about this guy. Definitely not the highest quality Kamen Rider figure ever. Here's a really beat up Tyler from Dino Charge. Shoulder pad's missing. Of course it is. Thanks, Bandai. Let's see. Like, none of the parts are too loose or anything, but he feels like he was played with quite a bit. Plus, the chest is scuffed up. Not as bad as it looked. I guess it just had some dirt on it or something. But, oh yeah, and the back is really scuffed up bad. Okay, anyway, I already got a Tyler also missing a shoulder pad, so yeah, he's going to charity or something. This is pretty cool. We got a legendary red Lightspeed Ranger Carter here. He has his little gold V-Lancer. Is that supposed to be gold? How come the gold looks so much better here than on, like... Oh, okay. I guess these figures, the gold was okay. But when they were doing Legacy Gold Ranger, no, we can't have gold on the Gold Ranger. The gun looks really nice. Is that the right gun? Something about the gun doesn't look right to me. Is that supposed to be his? Somebody tell me, please. I mean, I guess I could just look it up. I have a bunch of Power Rangers and Sentai books. There's definitely reference for the gun in there, but I'm too lazy to go get it. Okay, moving on. Here we got, Legacy Lord Zed. Oh wait, no, this is Super Legends Lord Zed. The staff doesn't have the spike at the bottom. It's a really nice Zed figure. Until you see the bottom of the staff. Like, what were they thinking? Why do it like that? Anyway, articulation is okay. The shoulder is... Well, this shoulder moves okay. This one's really stiff. Let's see. No wrist movement, unfortunately. No swivels in the arms, just the joint. Legs stand there. Got all the little tubing things painted. That's nice. Back's not painted, of course not. Anyway, it's a really nice figure. It's just the staff is really unfortunate that it just ends in a nothing. Like, it's such an iconic, like, part of the character. Whatever. Moving on. So here's the Ninja Storm Megazord. Pretty cool looking. The chest is apparently missing a piece. Now, when I first took this out, I'm like, oh, okay, so I guess you press this button and something happens. But nothing happens. And I'm like, I keep pushing the... What's going on? But then I realized this isn't a button. It's just a thing on the back, and the real button to activate this thing is this little plunger on top. Yeah, why would I think this big round thing that looks like a button that protrudes for no reason is the button I'm supposed to press? That was annoying. So anyway, decent figure, except it's missing whatever was supposed to... What the... Oh, okay, I guess that thing does do something. It pushes it out slightly? What? Okay, whatever. Anyway, love the face on this. The beak on the bird there is a little scuffed up, but yeah. If I could find the front of this guy, this would be a really nice little thing to have. Okay, next up is one of these stupid, crappy, budget, garbage toys. Oh, with the shoulder pads sculpted right on, so these are never lost. I don't like these. These were bad figures. Bad Bandai. Bad. You sucked, Bandai. I mean, these things, bricks. Not a fan. Here's another brick. Not a fan. Here's another brick. It is kind of cool. They made him look like a Jolly Rancher. Oh, also, hands, but you can't take them off and put them on the one who's missing his hands, so, bad. And then, here's this bizarre thing. I don't know what this is. We got a, Mega Mode Red Samurai Ranger with his head sticking up in the air. He's got a weird-looking sword, which is bent at the end, because it's really flimsy. And, I don't really... Okay, there's like some paint coming off his pants there or something. Anyway, the sword... Oh yeah, there's like, if you look really close, there's a little tiny light bulb above his hand. So I think the idea was, let's see, when you press his head down, it clicks. So I think the sword would light up when you pressed his head down. But the batteries are long dead, and I can't find any way to actually change the batteries. There's no way, there's nothing that comes off. There's one screw there. So I guess the batteries are somewhere just in his body. If that's even what this does. Okay, anyway, this was a weird thing. I don't really know what exactly this guy... Like, what was he from? Like, he kind of looks like a Christmas decoration. Okay, moving on. Here we got a Legacy Red Ninja Storm Ranger. This was pretty cool. The Legacy figures were nice figures. I wouldn't have minded if this was the style that... Like, if Bandai had kept control of Power Rangers, they had done, like, a collector's line, and it stayed like this. Because these are really nice figures. Articulation's really good. Like, very easy to move. A lot easier than Lightning Collection. Like, these aren't going to get stuck or anything. Man, ton of articulation. Nice paint job. The size is okay. The muscles probably people weren't fans of. Or I know people weren't fans of. I'm not a big fan either. I like how the Lightning Collection looks. It's a little more screen accurate, but it's still okay. And the weapon is, like, painted, and that's nice. The only problem with the weapon is something chewed the end of it. Okay. So yeah, someone's animal got to this, or their little sibling. So moving on, here we got Eric. One of the reasons I got one of these lots was for Eric Quantum Ranger here, because I really wanted this figure. Like I said, I like the legendary Super Megaforce line. I thought that was a cool idea, but around here, stores just did not have Super Megaforce stuff in. I don't know why. It wasn't until Ninja Steel that they really started to, like, have Power Rangers stuff in, and it would be, like, in on time, and they'd actually bother stocking it. So anyway, looking over this Eric figure, he was a really, really nice figure. Few weird things, though. The arrow down here, they put, like, a silver border around it. I don't know what that's about. His belt buckle there, looks like they put too many details on it. I feel like maybe they could have filtered some of that into painting his morpher, but whatever. Helmet looks okay. Really blurry today for some reason. Anyway, nice figure. I like Quantum Ranger. Eric's cool. No weapon, unfortunately. That really stinks. I would have really loved his weapon. He had one of the coolest looking weapons in all of Power Rangers. And here's Kabuto, little Kamen Rider Kabuto. Nice looking figure. Friend for Kuga, I guess. And here we got this Red Ranger Zord from Ninja Steel. I actually used to have the Japanese version of this guy, but I sold it. So I'll probably be selling this one. I'm not a big Zord collector, mostly because I just don't have space for Zords anywhere. But also, like, I don't know, I like the Rangers, I like the monsters better. So something like this, I don't know. Like, if they had made a red bot, yeah, sure, I would keep it, but I don't know, for the Zords. Like, for the Zords, I'm hoping the Retro Megazord line takes off, because I've always liked that kind of idea, having, like, action figure-sized Zords that you can pose. Also, you can pose them with monsters, if there's monsters in the line. This guy has a really loose knees. I don't know if that's by design or what. Anyway, he's okay, but yeah, I'll definitely be selling this guy. And then here we got Kamen Rider V3 with some black, like, scuff marks on him. Like, something really dug in there. Anyway, paint job's okay. Looks accurate. Like those other Kamen Rider figures, there's no, like, company name or anything, so I'm assuming it's a bootleg, but it's a really nice bootleg, I gotta say. So, that's that. Oh, and here we got a little red Megaforce figurine. Here's Troy. Really nice detail on these little figurines. The weapon probably could have been painted a little better. But anyway, yeah, there's Troy. And then, oh, this was a cool thing. Now, from Italy, I got this little figurine of Jeb from VR Troopers. I think this is one of the only toys Jeb got. There's a stuffed toy of Jeb. Oh, and on the bottom there, I think it just, yeah, it says Jeb on the stomach there. And then trademark, year, Saban. I don't know what, whoops. I don't know what this was from. Was this like from a set of VR Trooper toys, like Micro Machines type of thing? Or was this like a Kinder Egg toy? Was this a gumball machine? It's painted really well, so I don't know, it might be a Kinder Egg toy, I don't know for sure. But yeah, really glad to have a teeny tiny little Jeb, because I liked Jeb in VR Troopers. I'd love to see some new VR Trooper stuff. I don't know if that's actually going to happen, but it'd be cool if it did. And then last up, these weird little things. Thomas the Tank Engine Power Rangers. Yeah, there was this line of Thomas the Tank Engine minis, and they did all these bizarre paint variations, and so one of the paint variations was various Power Rangers. So, first up, here's Finster. I actually already have a Finster, but this was a freebie pack-in with the other ones. So it's pretty cool. Not a whole lot to say about it. It's Salty from Thomas the Tank Engine, but painted as Finster. Oh, and Salty is a good guy. He's not a bad guy in the least, so the choices for some of these are a bit strange. And here we got Goldar. Let's see, who was this guy originally? I'm trying to read what this says. Oh, Victor! Let's see, I'm trying to remember. Oh yeah, Victor, he's the guy who works at the Steamworks, another good guy. Like, again, not a bad guy at all. Victor's like a nice character who, like, works at the place where they fix the steam engines in Thomas, so weird choice to make him Goldar, but, it works, I guess. It's... Oh, and even got the wings there on the top there. That is so cool. There's a lot of neat little details. Oh, and there's a tiny little thing there. I don't know if my camera can focus on it. Almost. Sodor Steamworks. Okay, neat. How was anyone supposed to read that? Whatever. And in here we got a little Black Ranger who, let's see, I think is Hero. Hero was a old engine that was like forgotten about in the woods. Then Thomas finds him and he's trying to fix him up. But then this one evil engine Spencer wants to scrap him because he's old and worthless. And then Sir Topham Hatt is like, yeah, Hero's cool, let's keep him and fix him up and put him to work. Yep. Oh, and it even still says Hero on the side there. So anyway, Black Ranger Hero. Yay. Like, at least this one makes sense to, like, be a ranger. It's a good guy who's a good guy. Not that Thomas really has too many bad guys, but I feel like they could have, like, found a few in there to... Anyway, here's a Yellow Ranger, and who is this one? Emily, okay. So Emily's this, engine who's introduced, like, later in the model series. I don't know her too well. I remember, like, a few episodes with her, but I'm not overly familiar. But yeah, it's a good guy as the Yellow Ranger. And then, here we got the Pink Ranger, and it's Rosie, who I know because she has kind of a doofy-looking face. Not a whole lot to say there. Anyway, one of the really cool things, they have these little, like, hooks and latches, so you can, hook them all together, so they can, be a little train. Okay, they're not gonna go very well on... Okay, yeah, they're not gonna hook together too well on a blanket, but you get the idea. So, there's a whole bunch of the Power Rangers and a few Kamen Rider and Jeb that I got today. Hope you enjoyed this. See ya.